All right, Nick, interesting development with the Atlanta Falcons. All signs had pointed at the Falcons looking at Justin Fields at one point in time, but now it seems there has been a shift in what the Falcons are looking for at the quarterback position. Another free agent has come back onto the radar as, again, this was previously reported earlier on in the season. Now it's come full swing. Let's get into the article and we can talk more about it on the other side. This, of course, from over on NBC Sports. It says we can't get into the specifics for now, but we're getting very credible indications that Cousins is seriously considering moving his family to Atlanta, which would mean, obviously, that he'd be signing with the Falcons. The Falcons have always been the top alternative to the Vikings for Cousins, who becomes an unrestricted free agent next Wednesday, and for good reason. His wife, Julie, grew up in Alpharetta, Georgia. I don't know how much that matters, but I think that is a factor nonetheless. Her parents live there. The Vikings have, by all appearances, decided they wanted to keep Cousins, but only at their price. They seem to think he won't get a better offer elsewhere. If he does, they seem to be content letting him go. The Falcons previously had been linked to a trade with Bears quarterback Justin Fields. Ultimately, that might have just been a misdirection, aimed at potentially letting them snag Cousins while the Vikings assumed no one else would make him a better offer than whatever the Vikings would have made. I think this is a very interesting update, Nick. I'm curious what your thoughts are on this, but Falcons fans, let us know in the comment section below. It has been a whirlwind this offseason about what quarterback you are going to have. It was a whirlwind last offseason as well, but let us know, who do you think at the end of the day is going to be the quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons? Let us know in the comment section below. But Nick, what do you think about this latest update on the Falcons quarterback situation?
I mean, it pretty much sounds like Kirk Cousins is going to be the guy. And look, here's the thing about NBC Sports and Mike Florio, the guy who runs Pro Football Talk over at NBC Sports. He's not one of these guys, these Twitter talking head journalists, reporters who only focuses on getting a scoop, right? He's not a wannabe Adam Schefter that's trying to be the first in to get the story. Florio's a guy, whether you love him or hate him, he's a guy that's really focused on making sure he gets it right. He's actually come out very publicly and said, listen, I'd rather not post something and just be late than post something and be wrong. So the fact that he's saying this to me means there's basically, in my opinion, a 95% chance Kirk Cousins is going to be the starting quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. And from a dollar and cents perspective, it makes a lot of sense. The Atlanta Falcons currently sit with $37 million in free cap space. If you throw in the fact they could cut Taylor Heineke, either depending on how they do it, they'll free up a little more than $7 million additional on top of that. They've got some other restructures as well. So they'll have more than enough cap space to sign Kirk Cousins. They'll have more than enough cap space to make other moves as well. The Falcons have also been potentially linked to trading back in the upcoming draft with a team maybe like the Las Vegas Raiders to collect more draft capital to surround a guy, Kirk Cousins, if he comes into the fold. So where it looks like right now, I think the Falcons are going to be looking at Kirk Cousins as their starting quarterback going forward. And look, here's all I have to say to every Atlanta fan with this news, with this information right now. Congratulations on winning the 2024 NFC South. Kirk Cousins with the starting quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons, and I've said this before, makes them the best team in that division. Listen, I know the Bucs, won a playoff game. That's great. Baker Mayfield, great job if he returns to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mike Evans is a great player. They kind of limped into that division. Let's be totally honest. The New Orleans Saints, they've got some talent, but they've got a lot of salary cap issues, and I do not trust Derek Carr. The Carolina Panthers are an absolute dumpster fire. The Atlanta Falcons were the best team in that division, in my opinion, minus the quarterback position and minus the head coach. They have the greatest roster around that. They fixed the head coaching problem. Raheem Morris is going to be a massive upgrade over Arthur Smith. You bring in Kirk Cousins, who is a B to B plus quarterback. He's won playoff games. He's won division titles. He comes into Atlanta and leads into the division title. I can pretty much almost guarantee it, barring some any kind of crazy injury or some weird outcome. And that's exactly what Raheem Morris, that's exactly what Terry Fontenot are going to get with Kirk Cousins. They're going to get a division title, maybe two of them before it's all said and done. They're going to win some playoff games, and they're going to bring this franchise back to relevance. That is going to be critical. Is Kirk Cousins the long-term answer? Is he that 5 to 10-year plan? Of course not. But what he allows you to do, he allows you to steady the ship, allows you to calm the waters of the Arthur Smith era where the Falcons were considered one of those talented teams, but they're really not a contending team. It's going to change all of that to where the Falcons are. They're a top contending team. They're a threat. They're going to be the Chiefs right before Mahomes. They're going to be the Buffalo Bills right before Josh Allen, right? And that's kind of the place you want to be. Be contending, be a threat, build up a good roster, and then when the opportunity is there for you to pick up your franchise quarterback, you're able to do it. I think that's a trajectory the Falcons are making with this move, and I think right now In my opinion, it's pretty much a done deal. I know a few things could still go awry, but I think Kirk Cousins is going to be the guy behind center for Atlanta come 2024.
Yeah, and I think the comparison to the Chiefs is perfect because I feel like Kirk Cousins is going to be the Falcons' Alex Smith. He's a guy, he's a very good quarterback. He's going to maximize the talent on this team. You never had a quarterback behind center who could really utilize the weapons that they have on offense, which they have so many weapons on the offensive side of the ball. You're going to have Kirk Cousins come in here. You're going to have him show what this offense can do. And either A, you draft a guy and let him develop behind Kirk Cousins and learn and grow and become the next guy, or B, you light it up. You see how many numbers Kirk Cousins can put up in this incredible offense, and then have another free agent quarterback say, hey, maybe a younger guy, maybe a guy that's a little bit more exciting at times, and say, hey, look, I think the Atlanta Falcons, now they really have something going. This is a team that I want to go, and I think that we can go win Super Bowls with this team. So I think no matter how it shakes out, Kirk Cousins is the right answer for this team. And I think it's a very good answer for this team as well, because it's most likely going to lead Atlanta to their next franchise quarterback on the wings of Kirk Cousins. So I think Atlanta fans, you should be excited about this move. No, it's not the long-term answer, but this could be the guy that leads you to your long-term answer while, like you said, Nick, winning a couple of titles on the way.
And it's just one of those things. There's an adage, right? When it comes to your careers and trying to find a job, they say the best time to look for a job is when you have a job, because you don't have to be desperate. You don't have to just take the first one that comes across your desk. It's the same thing with trying to find your franchise quarterback. Why do the Packers look like they're in great shape right now? Because they drafted Jordan Love when they still had Aaron Rodgers. You go back 15 years ago, they did that when Brett Favre, and when Brett Favre was their guy and they drafted Aaron Rodgers. The Chiefs Mahomes example is phenomenal. The Bills Josh Allen example is another great one, right? This is how you win in the National Football League. You have a solid, quality starting quarterback. But if he's a B guy, if he's a B plus guy, if he's not the elite of the elite that he needs to be, you are always looking to wait for the right opportunity to take your franchise guy, because the best time to look for a franchise quarterback is when you already have a quality starting quarterback, right? You look at the Ravens with Lamar Jackson. There's another one I almost completely forgot. They had Joe Flacco, right? You never want to be desperate. Desperate teams are the Denver Broncos. How'd that work out for them right now? Russell Wilson cap hit, all those draft picks gone away, basically useless at this point. The Cleveland Browns, how much money they have tied up in Deshaun Watson because they got so desperate, right? You want to be one of those desperate teams, or do you want to be the Chiefs? Or do you want to be the Ravens? I want to be one of those smart teams. I think the Falcons right here are proving themselves to be one of the smart teams.